Meet Johnny. He's also known as Mr. Mischief.
Oh, you got my backpack, Johnny.
What are you doing, little fella? This is one of the animals that they've been rehabilitating.
Yeah. It's finished. Have a look at his hands. Look at that. He's only a young bloke, probably around 6 or 7 years of age. He's coming to people for food. Now he's gonna have to learn to get out into the bush and get his own He just weed on me. Are you weeing on me? That's a very orangutan thing to do. To wee on you. Aren't they darling? Look at his gorgeous little face. He doesn't care if he wees on me. And it's very important that he gets out into the wild and he learns to hunt his own fruit. You can see their tummies are quite large. It's because they eat a lot of vegetation, and so they're constantly digesting. Now, as this male grows up, he's going to have to find his own territory. And you can see his face, it's quite thin. He won't actually grow the... Holy smokes, here comes a big one. Who was that? Is that your mate coming? He's looking over here. Is that your mate? Is that your mate coming over there?
Oh gosh, aren't they special? And look, they're so inquisitive. They're into everything.
I want to look in my pocket. What about in this side? Tell you what, though, have a look in here. I guess what? Hey, look, I might have a little treat. Might have a little treat for him. Oh, there's someone climbing down from up above, isn't there, Johnny? They are so intelligent. And he knows he's in his own environment too, by crikey. He's looking around. There's another one coming in on us from up top there. He's pretty happy, this big boy. You checking my shorts there, mate? There's nothing in there. He's a good boy, little Johnny. Little Johnny. Try and get down, mate. Whoa, don't fall over.
Our beautiful grandma alligator Alison has built her nest here at Australia Zoo, and now she's in a deep trance.
Yes. Look at this. Here she goes. Are you laying your eggs, sweetheart? There's about 10 of them already. You can see she's dug the perfect nest chamber. She's got her little feet tucked right under her cloaca to cushion the eggs as they drop down from her cloaca. Here she is, all arched up. And watch her belly. She has another contraction and squeezes. Here she goes. Here she goes. Watch this. Okay, she's pushing. Clunk. And down it goes. Another one. She's going to have 60 or 70 odd eggs. And she's completely oblivious to me. Hasn't got any idea that I'm here. She's in a trance-like state. Look, her eyes are wide open. You can see her ears back here. Check this out. Look at the flare of her nostrils. Sucking in air, sucks it in, and you watch this. And once she's laid, she'll get so grumpy, really grumpy. Won't be able to come anywhere near her eggs. What a good girl. Well, I love you, sweetheart. Kiss her right. She's a good girl. Wow, she gets her foot right out. Absolutely right out, full tilt. And when she rakes it back in, she's very gentle to actually place it with her fingers and her toenails right up against the eggs. You can't hear the eggs juggle, move, or shift. Once they drop, that's it, they sit. See the way she gently gets a load and pulls it right in on top of the eggs. Doesn't displace one egg. Doesn't even rattle them. Amazing how she could be so gentle. Look at this. See the way she's juggled it in there? Well, I better bolt. I better pull back out. Because the very moment she comes out of this trance, she's gonna have me for lunch. Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Look at them, aren't they just magnificent? Here's a banana, mate. Little banana here.
So you can see those fingers, that finger on the bottom there. They actually call them fingers. Up here, buddy. See that finger work there? Okay? There's a lot of difference with these elephants to the African. Running out of bananas. These actually have just that single finger. The African elephant has one above and below. They've got two. Their trunk is such a highly developed, modified organ. And it's one of the most incredible things in our natural world. They've got a highly sensitive sense of smell. Watch this. He can delicately grab that banana and place it back inside his mouth. They could pick up something as small as a coin on the ground. They can smell for kilometres around where there's good tucker, where there's other elephants. And then have a look at his tusks. Now, with the Indonesian elephant or the Sumatran elephant, only the males have tusks, and not all of them have these structures. And these are like a modified incisor that grows throughout their life, and they come out through their jaw. And they're used, of course, in combat. You know, it's a male thing, to have a good set of tusks and get to mate with the girls. And they've caused elephants across the world great problems because here is ivory. And of course, ivory poachers, you know the rest of the story. But not all the males have them. This guy's got quite a good set. You see this one's been cut off. And they're actually hollow up inside there. But oh man, this is it's like a piece of steel. Have one of these driven into you and you'd know all about it. They've got a pretty good sense of sight. But what they have got a good sense of is hearing. You can see his ears and he's constantly flapping them. And that's a cooling system. It's like a capillary action. He's got blood flowing through his ears and they're very thin. So as he flaps them, it cools the whole animal down because the blood's flowing through his ears and that cooled off blood goes and flows through his body. Here's a little banana. He uses his big pink tongue to push it back. His teeth are actually on the back there, so there's no chance of him biting. Look at these legs. Look at these giant-sized legs. They are huge. You know, I'm going to learn a few rules today, and the first one that I picked up was always go to the right-hand side of the elephant, not the left like you do with a horse. Of course, everyone knows with horses, you go to the left-hand side. It's the right-hand side. That is etiquette, and I'll learn as I go. Yeah, you can see how it's been hollowed out. Alligators utilise dens predominantly through winter. They'll curl up in there and they can handle the cooler conditions. Oh, here we go. I can feel something really hard, rock hard. Woo! Come on, mate. Oh, well, you're all right. You're all right. Have a look at this. Alligator snapping turtle. They can actually bite a catfish in half. We're looking at around about 1,500 pounds per square inch bite pressure. Right down inside on the bottom there, that little pink thing, that's a lure. They'll wiggle the lure around, wait till the fish comes through. Chompo! What a fantastic animal. Beautiful set of webbed feet. They got little claws and they'll just dig into the mud. Alligator snapping turtle. Woo! Have a look at the big carapace, and it's like a piece of rock. And he's got these bite marks on his shell over the other side here as well. You can see that bit of scoring there. I don't know what that's from, maybe alligator having a go at him at one stage, but alligator wouldn't take one of these out, mate. Well, I'm gonna put him back in his alligator den. What a champion. Come on. Yes! Beautiful. I knowingly enter tiger shark territory. I've seen a lot of tiger sharks over the years in this particular area.
And we're throwing little bits of bait in to try and lure them to the cage where I can have a good close look at them. Tiger sharks grow huge, and they have been documented to kill and eat people, but that doesn't make them an evil, ugly monster. And here comes the first take.
There's just one dorsal fin I can see.
And our weight pays off. One dorsal fin, two. Pretty soon, there's several big steamer sharks coming.
They're headed right in.
The bait's worked. They come straight for the boat. They're inquisitive.
Now hopefully with the food out, not only will we get a close look, but we'll get to see some feeding behavior. The tiger sharks are notorious for being absolute scavengers whenever there's any kind of food or dying animal. History has it that boat wrecks and so forth were just descended upon by hordes of tiger sharks in these waters.
Nothing, but nothing conjures up more fear than a shark's fin cutting through the water when you're sitting in it or so close to it. Look at the size of this one. Closely followed by another one. There's at least 6 sharks, maybe 7 sharks. And they're coming in closer and closer, circling, taking it all in, looking with those big black eyes. The first thing that I've noticed now in this study is that they're not coming in like some blind attacking predator, just going straight for the throat, straight for the gill. They're checking it out. They're slow, methodical, and inquisitive.
Let's move him. Woo. Now, he sensed my vibration as I've come up here. Puff adders are more stubborn than they are aggressive. But they strike really fast. So quick that they can get back over their own body length really quickly. Let's just get him out here in the open where we can get a good look at him. Now, I'm in no danger at all. You can see how short and fat he is. Really short and fat. Half their body length, they can strike incredibly fast. Now this is one of the most dangerous species of snake on the African continent. It's because they bite a heck of a lot of people. Serious bites. You get massive necrosis, big, ugly wounds, and they kill quite a lot of people, particularly where victims don't get anti-venom. They're a slow snake, and what happens is, more often than not, people accidentally stand on them and take a hit in the foot or the lower leg region. As you can see, they're not particularly dangerous. Hear that noise? Whoosh. That's where they get their name, puff adder. And you know what? I reckon, just let me feel her tummy there. I reckon this is a gravid female. This is a female with a big belly full of babies. This species of snake gives birth to more babies than any other snake species in the world. They've been known to have 158 babies. How's that? And I guess that's one of the reasons why there's such a common snake here. Beautiful animal. Have a look at that camouflage. Matches the rocks brilliantly. And these guys would have contributed to quite a few bites in World War I. And they still do. A heck of a lot of bites. In most places, these guys hold the record. Beautiful animal, very dangerous nonetheless. Hear that? That's where they get the name puff adder. Oh, you're pulling backwards now into my hand. Look at that, and she's gravid. This young female, she'd probably only have maybe 100 babies, but you can see how fat she is in there. Well, you've got a belly full of babies. I'd say that she's got about another month or so. You're all right. Settle down now. Settle down. Whoa. Now, that's exactly how it happens. You can see she struck low and hard right at my feet. And that's where people get bitten. Here you go, sweetheart. Come on, then. Gently now. There you go. I'm going to go in and have a look around because this place just has the most beautiful freshwater species and the clarity is excellent.
There's the possibility of seeing both species of crocodiles, the big salties, but I'm hoping to find freshies. They're cute and pretty well harmless, particularly underwater.
I've really got to keep an eye out for crocodiles. The motor should keep them at bay, but just in case I spot one, I'm going to signal Steve by hitting the bottom of the boat. He'll hear it loud and clear underwater, and they'll surface really fast to get out of harm's way.
The clarity of water makes it pretty easy to spot things. However, crocodiles have excellent camouflage. They look like a log. It's important that I stay right near Terry, real close, so as I can hear her bang the boat. And every time I go under snags, a big fish surprises me and I think it might be a crocodile. So far, no crocs, but the fish! Beautiful, it's thick with them. They're everywhere.
It's really dark and really eerie under these melaleucas, or paper barks. You can see why they call them that. The leaves kind of drape right over. There's big snags when they brush up against you. Whoa! Just thinking it's going to be a croc strike.